hot magic.
This is our Halloween special, if you haven't noticed, and we are here with the amazing, sexy Genocide.
Hi.
Now, if you haven't known, this is Jen, and she's awesome.
And you started sideshow work when you were pretty young, when you were about 15, maybe even earlier. And so that's, I mean, when you're young and in high school, it's not really cool to be this awesome Genocide character. So how, I mean, what kind of gave you the courage to say, you know what, this is what I'm about?
You know, I realized pretty early on that I was a little bit different than the average bear, you know? And thankfully my family didn't, you know, punish me for being different, you know? And it was more about just deciding that I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And I just pushed myself to not let peer pressure say, you know, go be a cheerleader or go do this, you know? And I did what I found fascinating, and I still to this day I think fire and sideshow and all this stuff, it's beautiful. It's something that it's a love of mine, and I was lucky to find it at a young age. And so I just knew that if I kept a strong spine about it and just kept pushing forward, that it would eventually pay off.
Yeah.
And even if it never paid off financially, it would pay off, you know, for me, because I'm doing what I love. That's what counts.
And you're talking about it being beautiful, and earlier you were talking about how it's not magic because it's so real, and you want to kind of flip it on its head. This isn't real either. But anyway, thanks, Kyle. It's Halloween. But what is it that you want people to take away from your performances, if not fake rats?
Well, besides herpes, no, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Really, it's important for me to just challenge people's. I want them to go away thinking. I want their brains going like, wait a second, how did she do that? What, you know? And I want them to see something beautiful. I don't want them to. It's easy to gross somebody out, but I want them to go, wow, that was beautiful.
It's
seeing,
not what I
you
thought
know,
it
the
was.
fire breathing, you know, seeing somebody eat glass. I mean, yeah, I do a lot of comedy stuff, but some of the stuff is also about, you know, romance and heavy emotions. So I want them to feel something and really get them thinking, so that maybe they might not be so opinionated, or, you know, maybe have a bit more of an open mind when they see a crazy tattooed person walking around, or see somebody eating glass. They're not like, oh, you suck, you're weird, go away. You know, make it more of an embracing culture.
Now, what is the sickest, most craziest thing that you've ever performed or ever done?
Probably hard to pick one. So
Yeah,
I'm interested to hear more than one.
Yeah.
What's some
bizarre nuts?
The amazing Jonathan has a Halloween party every year.
Yes.
And last year, or maybe it was the year before, we had a live love scene on stage with some clowns and rubber chickens and you know, pies in the face. And if you can just imagine from there, that was pretty insane. Oh boy, there's so many of them. Being in Europe was a trip, because they're so much more open, you know, about nudity, about cursing. I mean, you have newscasters that are just in the buff, you know, rocking it. So coming from the States, it's kind of like, whoa, we can really get away with anything we want. This is amazing. And I worked with a guy who has history's largest genital piercing. It's pretty amazing. And so for once, we could do that at every show. We could actually present that, and he has an entire skit where
The hokey pokey.
the hokey pokey. And
I've heard what it's all about.
Yep.
I've seen it.
Yep, it's amazing. And so it was really cool to be, you know, like, we just walk into a bar and be like, okay, cool, so drop trow, do the hokey pokey, show off the history's largest genital piercing, and all right. And nobody even blinked an eye. I mean, they did. They were like, you know, like, oh my God, look at that. But just that kind of mentality was really cool to see in Europe. And I've had a few odd accidents, but...
Well, can you tell us, though, because we want to hear all about that, but I'm really interested. You were talking earlier about having a strong stomach, and I just was wondering if you could elaborate a bit.
Well, having the strong stomach for glass eating, or
for that,
or
and
being
for,
able to just continue on doing this crazy stuff.
Well, I suppose all the above, but you were talking about like something with a blender and food.
Oh, yeah, you heard about that one, did you? Okay, so I had a show, and it's called Punk Rock Bingo, and one of the bets was that fill up a blender and you could auction off what items went into the blender, And if I drank the entire blender's worth and didn't throw up, I got to keep everybody's money. So people were throwing in horrible things like condensed cream and sardines and Hershey syrup, and I think there were eggs and tomatoes. And there was just like this grossest combination you can imagine. And it was supposed to be about that much of a blender's worth, but it ended up being the entire thing.
Wow.
And so I had to chug the entire thing without puking, which I could have totally done were it not for the sardines.
Oh.
The sardines, literally for 2 weeks, like I was chugging with whiskey and like brushing my teeth with bleach, and nothing got rid of the sardine taste. So I drank an entire blender of ick.
We're unfortunately almost out of time, but I have one more question for you.
This is kind of legit.
What is as a magician, I don't necessarily, at least me, put myself in danger that much. You do. So what is like the biggest or major mishap that's ever happened to you, like getting hurt and do you suggest me going out and trying to do sideshow? Or?
Well, if somebody wants to do it, they're going to go out. If somebody is really intent on learning something, they're going to go learn it, and hopefully they'll do their research and won't hurt themselves too badly. But, you know, doing what we do, you play with fire, you will get burned. Mm-hmm. I've had a couple minor incidents where it's just been a little technical difficulty, like having too many staples in my forehead and needing 3 pairs of pliers to get them out. Stuff like that where it's just awkward. But fire breathing, which is the most dangerous thing that I do, where I could actually die from it. I had a little kid come up and push me, saying, lady, don't hurt yourself. Because, you know, the parents say don't play with fire, but this little kid, mom didn't hold on to him. And I ended up inhaling and swallowing a huge mouthful of fire breathing fuel.
That's not good.
Instant chemical pneumonia. Was in the hospital. That's actually why I sound like a truck driver. I've been doing so much fire breathing the last couple of weeks. And I'm like, you know. So thankfully, nothing that has possible. I haven't been killed yet. I mean, obviously, I haven't died yet, but. So far, so good.
Now, do you have one more thing that you can send us off on? Can you perform one more bit?
Boy, do I.
You do?
Okay. Don't go away. I'm super stoked.
I'm so excited. Check it out. So Jen, what are we about to do here?
This looks kind of...
This is broken glass. I'm going to put my face in it, and you're going to walk over my face while it's in a bed of broken glass. This is real. I mean, you know, we may be in Vegas, but... I don't really have the budget for that sugar glass stuff, so...
Okay.
You're gonna walk across... You know what, Kyle? What? I want to show how tough I am, like how cool I am. Yeah. And you probably weigh just... Do you weigh any more than her?
A little bit, just by a hair.
Just by a couple pounds? Okay, well, you know what? I want you to walk over my face while it's in the glass. You down with this?
Oh my gosh.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? All right, let's do this. So, face goes in the broken glass.
Don't try this at home.
All right.
And only hold your hand for Jen.
Really hold
That's where the nurses are, the insurance
Here we go. Are you ready?
All right, let's do this, Kyle. Oh, man, yeah, there we go. See, totally, that was butter.
Wait, wait. You know what? You denied my rose earlier. Remember that?
Oh, come on, man. Oh, well, all good. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yummy!
Okay.